Safety and Fire by Mother Fluffer. Chapter 4. Ray and Enji were up early making breakfast. Toya was up and waking his younger siblings as they got ready for school. Toya stopped by Shoto's room, the youngest boy already awake with Izuku, helping him go through the shirts Natsuo had given Izuku to pick one out. He leaned against the door, watching them with a smile. "What about this one?" Shoto asked, lifting up one. Izuku giggled at the writing. "This is not a shirt." "I like that one." Izuku took it. "Great, I'll grab you some trousers." Shoto got up. Izuku smiled and looked at the shirt in his hands happily. Feeling the boys wouldn't need him, Toya headed to Natsuo's room to kick him out of bed. Again. "But Dad," Shoto began. "No, Shoto, you need to go to school. Your mother will be with Izuku today," Enji told him. Shoto pouted angrily. Izuku watched him silently. "Maybe you could ask your teacher for extra work, so Izuku can give it a try," Enji suggested. "I'd like that." Izuku nodded. "I'll get extra work for Izuku," Shoto said. Enji smiled. "Well, Izuku can spend the day relaxing with me." Ray smiled softly. Izuku looked at her. He nodded with a small smile of his own. Before the Todoroki kids left for school, they all hugged Izuku, leaving him giggling a little before they left. After, Izuku frowned at the door, feeling lonely once again. He jumped at the hand on his shoulder as he looked up at Ray. "Sorry for spooking you. What would you like to do today?" Ray asked. I don't know," Izuku admitted. "Well, we have a small playground outside. You are free to play on that," Ray offered. Izuku blushed and smiled at the idea of playing on a small playground. Ray showed him outside, and he rushed to the swings and began to swing himself. "Want me to push you on the swing, Izuku?" she asked. "I'm okay," Izuku replied. She nodded. "I'm just going to wash up the breakfast things. Please shout at me if you need anything." "Oh, okay," Izuku nodded. He was actually happy when he noticed Ray could see him from the window. She waved to him. He waved excitedly back. What was this feeling? He wondered. Izuku watched her wash up for a bit. She would check on him every few minutes, making Izuku feel secure that someone cared about his well-being. But she was cleaning up all on her own. Izuku got off the swing, deciding to go to help her. Ray looked at him in surprise when she noticed he wanted to help her. "You didn't have to help me at all, dear," Ray began, "but I want to. Please let me," Izuku told her. Ray smiled weakly. "Okay then, we do it together, though." Ray smiled. Izuku brightened up and nodded. "Oh, Endeavor, sir. How can I help you today?" The officer at the front desk of the police station sat up straight. "I need to speak to a Detective Tsukauchi, I believe," Enji said. "Oh, yes, he is free right now. His office is just down the hall. I will warn him you are coming down to see him." She gave him a small smile. "Thank you." Enji nodded and wandered down the hall until he found the office with his name on the door. He took a deep breath and knocked. "Come in," a voice replied. Enji entered the room. Detective Tsukauchi was a rather plain-looking man, unassuming, but his importance to Izuku's safety is vital. "Detective Tsukauchi, nice to meet you." Enji held out his hand. Tsukauchi accepted it as the hero sat down. "You wanted to speak to me? Is it on the matter of a case?" Tsukauchi asked. "It's a case I want to start on someone you may know." Yagi Izuku, Enji said, watching as Tsukauchi's eyes widened before he frowned and leaned forward. Why a case on him? Not on him, but his parents, his school, and his peers. I found the boy on a roof last night. The chances are, if I had not found him, All Might would have lost his only child last night, Enji said quietly. Tsukauchi scowled and nodded. I had my concerns. He got up and went to his drawers. It's why I started a case a while back, but there is only so much I can do. Night-Eye and Torino have been a great help for gaining evidence. I know Izuku is in a bad place mentally. I know he lies every time he says he's fine. He pulled out a large file, but if you are the one to open the case, to fully give me a chance to investigate, I can do so much more. Night-Eye and Torino have been dying to get their hands on his school. He put the file on his desk before Enji. If we make it and are able to save Izuku from this situation, I want him in my care after. I will not let him go anywhere else, Enji told him. Tsukauchi smiled and crossed his arms. If you were able to make him smile or laugh, then sure. He hardly does either these days, Tsukauchi frowned. He used to smile all the time. He had so much hope. He wanted to be a hero to help people smile. I mean, how many kids want to be a hero like that these days? We celebrated his birthday yesterday, Enji smiled. Tsukauchi looked at him. The moment my family found out, my daughter baked him a cake, and the kids all gave him things of theirs. I grabbed him a few things, and my wife got him a teddy bear. He had such a sweet smile, even if he spent most of the time crying. Tsukauchi sat down and nodded. He has always been emotional. He cries over cute things, too. Tsukauchi smiled. While he's with you, take care of him, please. We'll do our best, Enji nodded. There was no way Izuku was going to be sad during this time. He was going to make sure of it. Hey everyone, it's Tempe again. That's the end of this chapter, and if you liked this, please follow the links in the description to go to the original work and support the author. If you liked this, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If you have any suggestions for fanfictions or how to make this better, please leave a comment, or you can send the suggestion to my email in the description. Alright, thanks guys. See you next time. Bye.